What's going on, YouTube? I am back with another video today talking about my key to help you swing the driver faster. Let's get into it. All right, you gotta forgive me if I sound super sinusy and nasally. I just got back from an event in Canada and I am sick, but that's not gonna stop me from giving you some amazing content to help you swing faster. First thing I want you to do is grab a driver shaft, pop that driver head off because we are swinging an empty driver shaft today. Now, never swing an empty driver shaft two-handed. We are doing one-hand empty driver shaft swings. Now, the first thing that you have to do is determine if you are a right-hand dominant swinger or a left-hand dominant swinger. That starts by actually swinging dry. So grab your empty driver shaft and swing 3 swings right-handed and 3 swings left-handed. This does not matter if you're righty or lefty, do the exact same thing. Essentially what you're looking for when you're doing this is to figure out which arm moves faster and also which arm feels better. So as you can see from my swings, my left arm is a lot faster and also feels a lot better. A lot of you guys out there will end up having your right arm be more dominant and feel better in the swing. Here is the issue. If you want to swing faster, you need to be a front arm dominant golfer. Your trail arm only creates chaos in your swing. Your trail arm actually can be a hindrance to speed or it controls your accuracy. There is no other option for your trail arm. Your trail arm does not generate speed. Your trail arm is responsible for essentially externally rotating, which I will talk about in a different video. I already have created it. It's going to be awesome, so stay tuned. Hit that notification bell so that you do not miss out. Also, it's responsible for shallowing the club. Now, I'm not a huge fan of shallowing the club because I think a lot of people can actually be very good golfers with a steeper swing. A lot of PGA pros actually have a steeper swing, especially the faster swinging ones. So that does not dictate if you're a good golfer or not, but your right arm controls the shaft and how steep it's coming in, and also controls club path by determining how far it's externally rotated. A lot of times what happens when you're a right arm dominant golfer is you start muscling up on this club, start throwing it over the top, casting it, but even if you're not throwing it straight over the top and you're trying to control the speed from this back arm, you are relying on so much muscle drive and you're missing out on a lot of fast twitch little muscle fibers that can be used to have a quick and efficient snap at the golf ball. So let me give you an example of what your right arm should properly do in your swing. Your right arm should externally rotate, drop into the slot, and very passively deliver the club to the golf ball. There is not a lot of speed being generated in this area from your right arm. It's a very passive swing, and it feels a lot like a flick, especially when you're doing this single-armed. So a lot of people can equate this to skipping rocks or doing something like that. It's going to feel a lot more passive doing this than is, say, throwing a baseball sidearm or over the top. So that swing looks a lot like this, where you drop it into the slot, externally rotating, it shallows a little bit. Again, doesn't have to shallow a whole lot. It just kind of looks like this. You can see I'm really just dropping in the slot and casually bringing it over. Now, there is a limit to how fast I can swing this while actually doing that good technique. So 149 miles an hour, let's try to ramp up even more. 151, let's see if I can get any more. 160. So that's proper right arm action in your golf swing. It's very passive, and there's a limit to how much I can actually swing it because otherwise I'm going to recruit other muscle groups. Now let me show you improper right arm action in your golf swing, where you're muscling up a little bit, using it a little bit steeper, throwing a little bit more over the top, and trying to be right arm dominant. If you're right arm dominant in your swing, while it may feel amazing doing one arm stuff and it may look great because it's fast, it's actually not going to help when you get your left hand back on this golf club to actually hit the ball. So much more snappy, and that was just my first swing, and it's over 10 miles an hour faster. So if you actually try to step on it with your right arm and you start recruiting all of the other muscles in your body to swing this versus leaving it passive, you can see that it is significantly faster. But if we put them side by side, especially from this back view, you can see that I'm really throwing one more over the top, muscling it, versus being a little bit more passive down in the slot. So if we have your right arm in a good spot where it's passive on this swing, and we bring the left arm back to this club and leave it in that same spot, you can see from here, it's a good downswing pattern. We're actually on plane where we want to be, and we're in a position that this left arm can drive through the zone and control the speed, while the right arm is controlling the shaft and the accuracy of it. We are allowing ourselves to be fast using our fast twitch muscles. Now, if we do the same thing and we're in the position of throwing it over the top and trying to have that 173 mile an hour swing, and we're here, well, now grab the club. We're already in the position where now, if we're gonna keep controlling it, we are swiping down into the left, across the golf ball, and we're muscling it, where we're gonna end up hitting slices, we're gonna have bad contact, and we're going to have a massive limit to how fast we can actually swing the driver. For those of you that do swing the right arm a lot faster in that original test, I need you to start working on your right arm being more passive. Have your right arm drop in the slot and just think flicking it and just swinging nice and smoothly, then eventually trying to build speed in that pattern of having it externally rotate, drop into the slot, and very smoothly deliver speed at the ball versus muscling up and slamming it down. Likewise, grab the shaft with your left arm and start pushing speed so that you can raise your ceiling and start controlling the club with your left arm in your swing. The combination of a passive right arm with a very, very fast and active left arm equals longer drives and better accuracy. One thing to be careful of on your follow through is make sure that your left arm is braking properly. You don't want to try to just jam out your left side because you're going to end up hurting your shoulder. I know a lot of people will see this and they have hurt their shoulder in the past. They're dealing with shoulder issues right now. If that is you, it is okay to stay away from this exercise and or modify it so it's not going to hurt you. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with swinging the empty driver shaft when it's one-armed, but you do have to be careful. So if that is you and you're worried about injuring yourself, start slow. There's still no reason that you can't grab this driver shaft and start swinging very passively with your right arm, working on the proper patterning, and then grab the left arm as well as working on the proper patterning, but just take it a little bit easier. You don't have to max this drill out to make it beneficial. It's a lot of patterning to figure out right arm passive, left arm dominant, and then you'll be better. Now, if you're in a position to push speed on this drill because your body is feeling good, it is awesome to push as fast as you can with this left arm. A lot of times when I have students in here and I'm working with speed training with them and I can see them visibly holding themselves back, I'll throw an empty shaft in the middle of their swing session in their left hand and have them just swing freely on a couple to start feeling that snap of the left wrist, and then have them go back to whatever drill they were working on, and they'll start to be faster because they've already unlocked that speed with their left arm. So I made a previous video about this in the form of not casting, where you wanted to do this drill to be more passive with your right arm so that you're not casting and throwing it out over the top. But a lot of people took that information and either said, well, I don't cast so it doesn't apply to me, or it's a stupid drill because I'm gonna get hurt. There are ways to do these drills that A, aren't going to get you hurt, but B, will help your golf swing to swing faster as well as reduce your risk for slicing and casting. Every drill has a purpose. Use the purpose for what best suits you and your game before you just write it off as, doesn't apply to me. At the end of the day, there's a bunch of different ways to use this drill. I would highly recommend you use this drill to push your left side so that you can gain speed and be faster. Also highly recommend that you use this drill to work on a passive right arm versus an active right arm. The goal you should have is to have your left arm be significantly faster than your right arm when using proper technique. And if your left arm already is faster than your right arm using proper technique, you are doing an awesome job, and it's time to start pushing speed even harder, but you're at least already on the right track. That is it for today. I hope this video helps start getting your left arm being more dominant in your golf swing, your right arm being more passive. You will hit it further, swing faster, and be more accurate. Till next time, guys, we'll see you later.